Here we go there. So my recording. All right, so is that recording? I don't see it. Let's see.
Says you are on my computer.
Yes,
Okay.
you are.
Sounds good to me. So let's start again. I'm Maggie Knapp. I'm the Director of Training from the Rochester area. We also have on the call Jen Berger from the Capital Region and Natalie Dugood, who's our MarTech specialist. Jen's the Director of Career Development in Capital Region. And Natalie's our MarTech, which means Marketing and Technology Specialist. So she'll help correct me whenever I'm wrong, which may be a lot. I really liked this article in impromptu.com. Again, I found it on just by Googling social media call to action real estate. There it was. So it's a really good article. So a call to action, one of the things that you have to do is you have to have a consistent message across all platforms and consistent branding. So if you have specific colors that you're using, you want to use those throughout. You want to use the same kind of language and you want to use consistency, but you also want the message to be consistent with the platform that you're on. So you want to make sure that you are talking directly to, if I'm on Etsy and I've got a real estate product, it's going to be different than what I might be doing on Facebook. So if I'm on Foursquare, that's going to be about where I am in a location. But my branding about me has to be consistent. Does that make sense to everybody? Because if you use a lot of different looks, people don't identify you right away. So if I see Disney, if I say Disney, what do we all visualize?
Mickey Mouse.
Ears.
Ears, yep.
Ears. You got to see ears, you know. Apple, you see the apple with the stripes on it, with a bite out of it. So branding yourself strongly, that uniformity helps individuals to identify you. So you want to make sure that you're staying branded. I have a young manager in my area who I just adore. His name is Jesse Ells. And Jesse did $6 million worth of business when he was all of 29 years old in a very small, very rural area where $6 million worth of business is really, really tough to do. And he largely did it through social media and marketing. Some marketing was paid for, but his social media marketing, he did, he first invited his friends, his family, his clients to his pages. He was active and he kept things up to date. So that's really important. If you're going to do social media, you got to keep a calendar and you have to post to that calendar. You have to use that calendar to make your posts regular and consistent. Because if you post twice this week and then you don't post again for 6 weeks, guess what? Nobody's following you. You have to, and then you have to give them content. So about 20% of your content should be informative, your new listings, your closings, your open houses. But then he grew his page with contests. And this is a call to action, which is why I pulled this out because, you know, he's got his nice little picture here of Elf. Free stuff. I love that. People love free stuff. So what did Jesse do? He did some posts where he had Howard Hanna is #1 in Livingston County. Enter for a chance to win. And he had a s'more basket. So all they had to do was like his page, and then he had a clicking, button where they could click on and register to win this basket. And he just put together marshmallows and chocolate and Honey Maid crackers and he put it together all in a nice little Howard Hanna branded basket. And then somebody won. In that effort, lots of people put their names in and he asked them to share it. So he picked up people who had never heard of him. Another thing is he had a turkey raffle. He bought 10 turkeys and he had 10 free. And he had people register for a free turkey. Who doesn't want a free turkey? He did giving away 10 free pies. So he spent some money. The other thing you could do is, if you're a new agent, and it may not work in COVID because frankly, small businesses are struggling, but in other times, it may be worth asking them if they want to donate to get their name out there, or asking an attorney or one of the vendors that you work with, did they want to contribute and to have their name on your flyer? Enter to win a free pie from XYZ Inspections and Kendra Martone, where you're splitting 50-50. So you can save yourself some money. And some people will just say sponsored by, XYZ attorney. And they might just give you $150 to go buy the pies. He did a 12 days of Christmas contest. On day 2 of the 12 days, I'm celebrating my version of 12 days of Christmas by raffling off a prize every day until Christmas. To enter to win 2 chances to win two $10 gift cards at Dunkin' Donuts. You must like my Facebook page. If you have not done so and like the status, the winner will be announced Wednesday morning. So all I had to do was like it. And then he knew who they were because he had their contact information. And then here, today's sponsor is Kevin Brzezinski, real estate attorney and counselor at law. Please contact Kevin for any future real estate needs. So Kevin donated the cards, or the money for the cards, and for this little sponsored by, but they had to like Jesse's Facebook page to get the cards. So these are great calls to action. That's why I pulled this out. Yes, Susan.
What's the advantage of having them like your Facebook page?
Well, in this case, he's giving them a call to action. So if they like it and then they're also sharing it, you're getting them to go there. And then once they like it, then your posts show up in their stream. So that liking it makes you show up. You become a follower. And then, so this is why you have to have consistent content, because you've got to have that follow up to, so the call to action was like my page and then maybe win this prize. And now anytime I post, which might be, here's my listing, or here's some information, or here's learn more. So some other things you could do is you could use the Howard Hanna blog, and you could copy in some, let's go to Howard Hanna blog. I think it's actually blog.howardhanna, but I'm going to just type it in. So it's blog.howardhanna.com, and I can find an article to share. Sorry. And over here on the left, it's going to show up eventually. It's going to be years worth of blogs. So you can just go to a month from a couple of years ago, just to have yours be a little different from everybody else's, because they may be sharing today's. And you can share a post that might be, what to know about budgeting for a new home. Read more. And at the bottom, I'm just going to be able to share it in a tweet, Facebook, LinkedIn, by email. So I have lots of choices here. So these are great. So I could share this, and maybe there's something about budgeting for a new home. Maybe I can then have at the bottom, if you'd like more information about budgeting for a new home, would love to talk to a loan officer, please contact me and I can connect you to a qualified loan officer to discuss your specific needs. So take the article and then link it back to contacting you. Does that make sense? So I don't think we're all doing that. We might post the article, but we're not giving them a reason to contact me. So how am I going to get them to contact me? So if it's about budgeting, that's a loan officer, or maybe a financial planner that I know. So it depends on the market you're in. If you're working in, luxury market, you may want to get a financial planner who's going to help your clients determine what's a good time for them to buy and sell, and, what makes sense. So, and you could be that connection, because we need to be the resource with lots of vendors to send, to bring out to our clients. But if you're in a luxury market, I would look for, in the luxury brand, there are blogs for luxury specifically. So that's just blog.howardhanna. There's a ton of material in here. Ton. All right. So I really would like you to go back and look at this article on Promptu and go over that in your free time. What questions do you guys have around call to actions? Any? Okay. So the next one is neighborhood posts. So what's a neighborhood post? What constitutes a neighborhood post to you? Why is it important? Yes, Susan.
Probably something that is sold in your neighborhood, or if someone's going to do something for Halloween in terms of trick or treating, something very area specific.
Yeah, so where can you find things like that? You can go to, what is it? Next Door Neighbor, is that what it's called?
Just next door.
Just Next Door, that's it, Next Door. So you can go to nextdoor.com. You can look up your neighborhood and you can see if there's anything going on in your neighborhood. So this is a nice site. You can go to your chambers of commerce. Let me see, I had one up here somewhere. I thought, oh, I guess not. So if I go to my chamber of commerce, I live in Canandaigua. I can look and see if there's anything on the events calendar going on in town. I know that my Canandaigua usually has in October a haunted walk, Sonnenberg Gardens, and I don't know exactly what they're doing this year. So let's see if I can this week search. So Ontario Arcs has a virtual pumpkin carving contest, and I can go right to the website. Just click on the website link, and then I can copy from here. I could copy this link, which is going to bring up this webpage on my social media and say, hey, are you aware there's a virtual pumpkin carving and painting contest on the 26th? There's an entry fee, but it could be fun. There's always free stuff. So I can just go through the list and see what appeals to the people in my sphere of influence. There's a free FLCC webinar on tourism and hospitality, bouncing back from COVID. So who might be interested in that? I have a friend who owns a restaurant at Village Gate. This could be important to him. You know, maybe that's something that he could, so I might post it for that friend and see if there's other people that I'm not even aware of that might be in that industry that they might want to know, how is it going? So go to your chambers of commerce, go to Nextdoor, ask your neighbors what's going on, contact local churches, schools. Are they having, especially like right now with between October 31st and January 3rd, there's event after event after event. So there's lots and lots. So what are the resources to find those events? Your churches have them, your schools, look and see if there's any business events, the Science Museum, any of the museums, any of the cultural activities, because now in COVID, there's a ton of events that are free and virtual that may be able to help enhance somebody's life because they're really tired of watching Andy Griffith and they want something else to do, you know, or whatever it is. So Andy Griffith's my go-to show when I'm depressed. So I've watched a lot of Andy Griffith this last few months. So that's neighborhood posts. You want to talk about your neighborhood. And you don't want to be working in a broad area. For my newer agents, you've heard me say this, Start in a very, very localized area. Know everything that you can about what's going on in the place that you want to sell, and then move out. You cannot be an expert in 7 counties. You can't be an expert in 4 counties. It's hard to be an expert in 1 county. Maybe if you've got 20 years in the business, because your clients have taken you out in bigger and increasing circles, you can be, but that's very difficult. And the more you hone in, the more the local expert you are, the better. So this neighborhood posts help you link to that local expert that you want to become.
Maggie, I have a question.
Sure, Cindy, what's up?
I'm wondering, so if I'm following an individual, like perhaps a photographer that posts frequently or a business, does that, if they put a post up, does that automatically post on my site?
If you share it, you can, but when you're sharing, you want to always make sure you're sharing to a page that you manage, and that page that you manage should be your business page. That keeps you DOS compliant, especially if it's anything real estate related. But you really want to post to your business page and then share it back to your personal page, because you want to grow people coming to your business page. But you want to incorporate, and we're going to talk about more about that, you want to incorporate many elements into your business page, not just come to my open house, here's my new listing. This, I sold to somebody else. I sold, my buyers just got a house and we closed. People get weary of those posts. So you want to give them some other content. So those posts that are just my listing, my sale, my clients should only be maximum 20%, better 10% of your content. And that is a rule that most realtors are not getting right. And you've all seen the posts and you're on board with them too. But yes, if you've got a particular photographer that you really love their work, don't hesitate to reach out to that photographer and say, hey, I really love your work. I'm in real estate. Can you take some pictures of front doors and I'll mention your name? Or beautiful landscaping, something real estate related, instead of just the sunsets. And maybe he can, if he or she can find some gorgeous photos that maybe they weren't taking before, because now you've inquired and you're going to help them, because they either like to see their work out there or they're offering something to somebody else. So it's an opportunity to link yourself to another vendor. Every vendor is a vendor that can help you in your real estate career, in my opinion, unless you're doing something awful, obviously. So let's see. Anybody have any more questions around neighborhood posts? What you should do, how you should do it, where you should get content? Okay. So do you post to your page or to your story? So let's see. If you go into Facebook, and there is an about page stories in Facebook. So a story only lasts for 24 hours. So it's a limited time. So why would you want something that only lasts 24 hours? Anybody? What would be the benefit?
Create urgency.
Yeah, that's a good one, Tony. Create urgency. What else?
Maybe whatever you've posted about is only applicable for maybe the next 24 hours.
That's a possibility. What else? There's not one answer. There's many answers, but one of them is that if you're getting used to doing stories, they can be fun and they can be quick little, hey, I met this great person downtown today and learned this about their business. And if you have this changing content, people are looking to see what you did today because you become interesting. What's the difficulty? You have to become interesting. You have to do things that have an interest to people that who are in your audience. So, and it doesn't have to be all real estate related. It can be anything. But reality is that almost everything is in some way adjacent to real estate. Right? Because people who live in houses do all the stuff we go to. We drink the tea, we go on the wine walks, we listen to bands, we like music, we read books, we have dogs, we have cats, we have horses, we have ducks. All of those things are real estate adjacent because they're all things that we have a common interest in, or we have an interest in. And some of it might be a morbid fascination with something that somebody else thinks is really cool and fun. And but it might give people an idea, like the guy who's got the lawnmower that looks like Calvin and Hobbes with a skeleton set up. It looks like Calvin and Hobbes with a snowman. It looks like a massacre. You know, would I do that in my front lawn? No, but is it funny? Sure. So I might put that on my Facebook page because it's fun. It's different. So I saw that on Facebook the other day. I don't even know if he's local or if he's from California. I have no idea, but I thought it was a riot. It reminded me of Calvin and Hobbes, who I love. And by the way, you can put up a post that's a cartoon. What I would urge you not to do is post strong negative opinions about anything. You can have strong opinions, but remain inclusive to allow people to have a conversation, which also means you can disallow people from having strong negative conversation in your feed. You don't have to allow everything. But in a time when things are very divided, let's be people that put things together, not people that help pull things apart. Because real estate is about putting people and families together and putting people and families in homes and in neighborhoods. And we'd like people to feel safe with us. You know, it's in the colleges. My husband works at a university. He's a psychologist, and on his door, which is he doesn't go to right now, he's working out of the basement also. You know, he's a safe zone. A person can walk into his office and talk about anything. And he is designated as a safe zone to have that conversation. We should likewise with our fair housing be in that safe zone. So create that environment in your social media. There are some realtors who really, really wander away from that. And I personally think that's a terrible mistake. So be careful with your opinions. It's because it's not only just your business, it's you as a person. You know, you want to be the epitome of fair housing, that you embrace all people and you make it safe. So anyway, this on facebook.com business is about pages and stories. Stories last 24 hours. So it's about creating interest. So you're going to want to have some posts to your page, and you're going to want to create a story if you are a person who really is embracing social media. If you're not going to keep this up and you're not going to be consistent, then don't do it. It's got to be, you're all the CEO of your own business, right? But if you're not going to be consistent, if you're not going to go out and find a way to make this fun, then don't engage your time here. Find something else that's something you're going to do. Because that's what this is about, is how are you going to create your voice, your brand in social media to create business? What's going to bring business to you? And it's only going to come if you're going to be consistent with it. So that is really the heart of all the social media, is consistency. So we already answered the next question we had on here. Does every post have to be real estate related? No. So how many of you have a Facebook business page right now? And what are some things that are not business related, not real estate, that you're posting?
I post a lot of things about gardening because I'm interested in gardening.
Great. That's great. What else?
Things going on in the community.
Perfect.
Definitely do that. So it's not necessarily all real estate related, but
Yeah,
of course it does take time to get out and take pictures and videos and things like that. But I always find it's really interesting to see how many people respond to the different types of posts I put up.
yeah. This is a really easy time of year, in my opinion, to start getting a handle on some of these kinds of things. Things that are choices are fun. Picking out 4 photographs of different Halloween decorations that you really liked, whether it's a front porch or the pumpkin or over the mantle, and asking people which one do you like best. Share your favorite Halloween decoration. Ask them to share something back to create a conversation, and then say, or say, hey, what's your favorite Halloween decoration? Take a picture. We'll all vote on it. All the people on my page, and the winner will get a $10 gift card to Dunkin' Donuts or whatever, something like that, or a pie or something. So create an opportunity. It's a call to action. So now you're starting to put those things together. So you're creating that non-real estate post. You're getting them to come in, maybe like your page. You're getting other people to comment on it, share their pictures. Now they're engaging with each other, and you've got a call to action. So lots of things happening there. Do you see how easy it is for that to cascade? And actually, that can be really fun, and it's really quick. And you can, does everybody know about scheduling in Facebook?
Mhm.
And some other things? You can schedule a lot of social media way ahead of time, so you don't have to be doing it every single day. You can set a day and you say, I'm going to spend this much time on it, calendarize it. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my post ready for the entire month. And then create a stream. It's a really good way to go. So anybody else doing anything else that's not real estate related on their business page that they want to share? Okay, so you can be talking about animals. You can be talking about a passion that might be like, there's an agent in our area, Bill Ryan, whose mother has Alzheimer's. He's very, very, very involved in Alzheimer's, and he's raised millions of dollars for Alzheimer's, and he has a walk that comes up once a year, and he posts about that. So I have people that post about hospices and hospitals and donating to the fire department where they work, or to the library or whatever. So if you have a passion, if you have a charity that you're working with, that you supporting, that's a great place to put on your business page, that you're helping your community and what you're doing in your community to help your community. Be careful of I'm doing this great thing, but just talk about the things that you're doing and why you're doing them. I support this organization because, and here's an opportunity for you to join us if you'd like, or share who are you working with? Tell me about who you think is important in our community that you're helping. Again, ask them to share what they're doing, not a one-way conversation, but in a back and forth conversation. The more you can do that in social media, the better. Back and forth, like you're actually talking to a person. Anybody ever sat with somebody who never asked you a question?
Mm.
And they just keep talking and talking? I have a friend named Larry like that. He spent a week with me last year after his husband died. It was a very, very, very long week. He wasn't usually that bad, but he was in extreme grief. And for a week, he just talked. It's no fun when someone doesn't ask you questions. So make sure you're asking questions. Remember how you like to be, how you like a conversation to flow. So let that be part of your plan. So where's Miss Natalie? I'm going to move up to you. And where do you find Howard Hanna materials and graphics, and how do you share them? Because we have a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to turn off my mic and let you do the talking.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, so I wanted to just go over a couple things. We do have and I'm gonna take over screen sharing if I can. There we go. Okay. So let me bring over. We do have a couple things. For instance, we do have this social media checklist that right now we're in the process of just updating with some new material. So we will have that out as soon as that is done. But it does give pages helpful like this of just a bunch of different sites that you can go to kind of get some ideas for when you are posting materials on things. And so as Maggie mentioned, we do have the blog at howardhanna.com or .howardhanna.com, which is a great resource for a bunch of material that is branded Howard Hanna, of course, as well as just some other things that, range from real estate specific to just, house related options here. And then,
Natalie,
mhm.
that's a quick question pertaining to that. Is that just a PDF or is that something we could find on the dashboard?
This is a PDF. It's not currently on the dashboard right now because they took it down to update a few things and they want to put up the new version. So we are waiting for marketing to get that back up, but then it will be found on the dashboard.
Okay, thank you.
So then a couple other things. I do want to point out the enhanced emails that you all should be getting. Let me just pull that up. Once a week, marketing puts out these great enhanced from Howard Hanna marketing emails where it does show blog posts. And it does also give you some marketing campaign materials, social media graphics, the Howard Hanna media rooms. And these are all links that you can just click to open up. So if I move this over, this is the media room where you can get to the blog here, video, in the news, press releases, all right here. And then, we can click on the social media graphics as well. And again, this is going out once a week. So that's already great for you guys just to have this. And so if I am signed into my dashboard, this pops up with social media graphics and videos here. Evergreen, holidays. So we could even just look at that. And it really just breaks it down for you guys if you need ideas. As Maggie was saying, doing a social media calendar will really help you guys with just kind of mapping out your game plan, whether it is even just having different themes for each day with what you want to do on a Monday or a Tuesday, because that's just in social media as it is. Throwback Thursdays are something that just is a common thing that you can just start picking up. To do that, to, remembering cool, fun things in the past, or again, about your town, and picking up on those social media trends and adding it to your own business page is, things where you're not reinventing the wheel here. You're just hopping on board and joining that.
Yeah, there's a social media calendar right in your library. And there's some great ideas like Motivational Monday, Wacky Wednesday, some different themes that you might want to work off of or be inspired by.
I mean, for instance, I did not know that October is National Pizza Month. If I didn't know that, there's probably a lot of other people out there that don't know that. And so just under social media here, just from clicking on that enhance link, I was able to pull a couple up. If the company is working its way through a campaign, because campaigns are just a great way to keep people, again, coming back to your page because they're walking through a campaign with you. So the company does do a lot of these. You can see them all here. And even if, buy side was, in the beginning of this year, but, you just started getting into it, just started getting excited about it, then, walk through this campaign, see what you can use from it there. And also, if I just search social media, right up here on my dashboard, things will also pop up. So if, maybe, with the enhanced email, this is Friday where I'm working on stuff. I don't want to go back and find it, which to be honest for you guys, I just made a folder in my mail that is just enhanced, and I just put it in there all the time, because sometimes, you know, we're busy and we're not able to look at that right away. But we don't want it to get lost in all the emails that we get a day. And I mean, we all know we get a ton of emails a day. And so that's why if I just have my enhanced folder, when I have time to sit down and really dive into my social media. In our last class, we talked about, you know, that you can schedule posts. I see a question up there about that, Paul. That's in our last video of just walking through and scheduling a post, because it's great because I can sit down and say Sunday morning, I'm going to schedule some posts throughout the week, because it is definitely great to have fresh live posts that come up, but you can definitely intermingle just some posts where you sat down for 30 minutes on a Sunday and scheduled a bunch of posts for the week. And now you're good to go.
Hey, Natalie, can you just click on the calendar just to show them that, and then show them what the guidelines are also, just quick?
So here is the sample of the social media calendar right here. And so this is a little bit of, I don't think the one Maggie was thinking about.
It's not.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was that other one with the, yeah.
But this was something also that marketing put together with just, again, highlighting these random national days that you have no idea about. But hey, maybe you are very passionate about Scrabble and you're going to start, you know, the world is going to know that there is a Scrabble day out there. And so they just kind of did, you know, National Volunteer Week, just putting this out here for you guys to look at the month in a snapshot to see this is something I want to highlight, or this is a trend that, you know, I definitely should jump on board with and have a post ready for this day. You know, and some are super real estate related, New Homeowners Day. Let me see if the calendar is here. I believe it is here. And so that's just some of the things. The enhanced emails really are the most important that you should be on the lookout for really easy. Here we go. This is the calendar Maggie is talking about. Really easy posts for you guys. So you can see social media content calendar, new on the market, or mortgage info Monday, money back. Like they just threw out a bunch of ideas for you just to get you started. Testimonial Tuesday, I love that one. I'm huge on definitely sharing your reviews out there. People love reviews. They love hearing just what people have to say. And it's great because you're not, you know, patting yourself on the back. These are your clients and what they have to say about you. And so, yeah, I'm big on that one. But, you know, here are just some great ideas for you guys when going through, you know, your social media content, what you want to do, if there's some themes you want to create as well. And then,
yeah, before you, in the next 20 minutes, can you make sure you show them how to share from Enhance to their Facebook or any choice?
oh, well, I mean, when it's taking me to any of these JPEGs, you would just, you know, download them and share them right here. I can get a graphic or template. So if, you know, I really liked this Halloween one, I need to move you guys over for a second.
I love her little legs with the
I mean,
stripes.
I just download this right here. It's downloading as a PNG. PNG and JPEGs are both photos. PNGs are a lot better for graphics. They have usually a clear background, but both work fine for, you know, posting on social media. But just in case you are used to using JPEGs and this is a PNG, that is fine. But let me just open up Facebook. So I've downloaded this now. And then if I just go to my downloads, right here, I can just put that up. And then I can write whatever I want to say about it. So anything from, documents you can just download right away.
So that would be a great way to create a conversation around that post would be, please share your pictures of your little guys dressed up for Halloween. And we'll vote on our favorite, or we'll just, just share your pictures of your young people dressed up or your favorite costume. Might be adults, who knows, whatever.
Pumpkins, entryways. There's a lot of different things you can do around this Halloween.
But
Also,
you don't have to just, what I'm trying to say too, is you just don't have to share just the graphic. You can create more content and more conversation by adding just little, you'll see there's always a space above. So what can you say that's going to drive them to you?
and they even do a series with Halloween tips. So it's definitely great for the themes that we are talking about, where you set up for Halloween tips for the 4 weeks in October or whatever you want with that. And maybe you came up with some of your own Halloween tips that, you could get excited about and you could want something like this for. A lot of this stuff is generated that you can use, but also, where you can kind of take off and do your own twist on it in that regards. And so that is a lot about Enhance and kind of just also the social media calendar, content calendar, where you can go with that and whatnot.
Hey, Natalie, do you want to just show where they can go to see those old videos before you're done today? You can go on to what you need to, but just before we leave, go to the YouTube thing. You don't have to do it right now.
I can because we're talking about it.
Okay.
So I will always happily plug Howard Hanna Education and Training, the YouTube channel. This is currently where education team for the whole company uploads their videos and all the recorded sessions that we do. So right here, you can see we have the Wednesday webinars, the town halls, and then we also have New York State Tools Tuesdays, which is where this one will fall under. And we're working on getting them for specific tools as well, Motivation Mondays, and anything like that. So I would always encourage you guys to subscribe to this channel, just because then you'll be notified when new videos pop up. And then you can either say, yes, I missed that, I wanted to watch it, or, you can just ignore it because, it's not something you want to watch or look into at the moment.
So for Paul, the New York State Tools Tuesday, how to set up your Facebook business page was how you do the scheduling.
Yeah, Facebook recently changed that a little bit. They made it a little more complicated, which is odd because usually they try to simplify everything, but this one they liked to be a little bit trickier. But we do
Yeah,
go.
so you can just forward to that section and watch that 5 minutes.
Okay, just a couple other things with the tools, because I do hold the tools near and dear to my heart. But the tools also give you some great ideas of social media content. So if I go onto my Engage dashboard right here, and under the gear, I click Engage Settings. And when this loads in a second, I can go down to Neighborhood News. And there's a sign up link right here that I can just grab and post on my page to encourage people to sign up themselves for Neighborhood News with that. So if I just do create a link, it gives me one, I can copy it. And then again, let me open up Facebook. And again, the tools are going to be very heavily real estate related. But they are also great calls to action because it is getting people into your database. And then of course, people aren't going to know what this says. And so up here, now that this link is in here, I can delete it. And then I can write my call to action about, signing up for this. Do you want a monthly report about what's going on in your zip code? Sign up here for that. And so a lot of the tools will have something like that. If we go into Real Scout, which would be this dashboard here, But then we go under my profile. Right here, again, I have this URL that I can just right click and copy. And then let me just, I have to get rid of this. Sometimes it does not like it when you don't do a link that you said you were going to do. So then I refresh. Refreshing the page is always a great thing to do if something is not working. And I can post this link in here. And again, it's completely, you know, branded towards you. Once this link is in here, I can delete it up here, and then I can write my what I want to say about Rail Scout, my call to action about this. If they want a safer place where their information is not shared while searching for homes, or do you want easy access to ask me questions while you're searching for homes? You know, check it out here.
And if you have a listing, you can go to your listing in Real Scout to find that address, and you can go to a page where it says share on Facebook. You just click on it and it opens up your listing, which is awesome. And I like to link that to Spacio to register if I'm having an open house. They can pre-register.
Do you want to go through that now, Maggie?
You can if you want to. You don't have to. However you want to do it. I just, you know, when you were sharing that, I wanted to remind them that they can also share a listing if they want to.
Yeah, I mean, I was just, walking through the tools.
Yeah.
Yeah, Natalie, if you could do that, share that post, that would be great.
Which post?
Do you have a listing? that you
About
can
the
show?
listing, adding the listing. No, I don't at this point, but
No, I meant Natalie. Do you have one that you
Oh.
could share?
No, I was going to say, do you want to walk through that, Maggie?
Sure, I can. Hang on.
Let me stop sharing.
Yeah. Oh, no wonder I can't see my screen. I'm on your screen. It's like, what am I looking at? All right, let me get to. Go Hannah. Get my share. All right, so Elaine, if I go into Real Scout, I don't have an active listing, but I'll show you one I had. You just click on the property. You know, I just typed it in the search. And then if I come here, it says share on Facebook. And I click that. There's my listing. So then I might say, come to my open house Sunday. And then I would go back myself to my Go Hannah dashboard and go into open to close. Give it a second. I love these linked together. I go to my listing, I say edit my sign-in form, and this is the QR code. The registration link equals the QR code. I'm going to say copy. And I'm going to just click back onto the Facebook post. And I'll say to pre-register, click here. And this is going to take them into open to close and get them pre-registered. It's a shorter form in the pre-registration link than it is anywhere else, but it has both the registration where they've got to put their information in, and it's got when I click in here, it's going to take me to Real Scout right through my listing with all of the details and all of the photographs. So they're really, really nice to link together. This is a quick and easy way to show your listings. And then I'm going to use hashtags. Hashtag the county it's in, hashtag the town it's in, hashtag green and gold sold, hashtag Maggie Knapp at Howard Hanna, whatever. I'm going to create some hashtags so that people who are interested in anything open house, for sure, if they're interested in open houses, they're typing in the words open house, it's going to pop up. But I'm going to share it here to a page I manage. And that's going to go to my business page. From my business page, I will share it back to my personal page. That keeps me DOS compliant. So whenever you're sharing on Facebook, do click on share to a page that you manage and then have your business page. If you don't have a Facebook business page, you are not DOS compliant if you're posting your listings or about your clients. So you must have a business page. And it's got your logo, it's got your office address, it has your manager's name and the phone numbers. And that's all been sort of vetted through Facebook. They make sure that you're actually part of that organization. So you do have to be on here. If you're not sure if it's compliant, ask marketing to take a peek for you. They will. Just don't ask them to do it in 10 minutes. You know, you got to give them a couple of days because they have other fish they're frying all the time. So there's that. Natalie, is there anything else you wanted to show there? Or any of the other two? How about buy side? Do you want to show buy side? Miss Natalie, do you want to show buy side? I seem to have lost her. Okay.
Oh, I'm muted. I was talking to you. I was muted. I was saying my buy side's pretty empty, but I can
Oh, you want me to do mine?
pull it
I
up
can do-
here. Yeah, if you want to pull up yours,
Okay,
I'm
so
not
let me go back.
which aspect of it are you just going to show the home valuation site?
Yeah, yeah. And well, there's two things I would show them. So hang on, let me find my dashboard. Let's go back here. I don't want this. Get there to that. I had too much stuff open. All right, so if I go to buy side,
You're not
I'm
sharing.
not sharing.
Anymore.
Okay, hang on. Let me get up there. Share. This is why I need so much help. All right, so we're going to share buy side. Sign in. Come on, sign in. So there's two.
You'll come in straight through your dashboard for as well. It's right on your dashboard.
So there's two things I'm going to share from buy side. One is my home valuation site. And I just have to click on share on social media. That's under the marketing suite. And I can just pick, actually there's 180 different places I can share. I'm going to pick Facebook because it's the one we're all most familiar with. And I'm going to, it's going to pop right in. And I'm just going to say something about, if you would like to know how much your home is worth, click on here for more detailed and accurate numbers. Contact me directly, because this information is only general. It doesn't know that you put in a new kitchen or that you have a new roof or that your septic system is failing. So it could be to the good or to the bad. So I'm always going to ask them for more accurate and up-to-date estimate. Contact me directly. And then I'm going to have a link to contact me. Because I want them to let me know, yeah, I'm interested. Let them get on their home valuation. This is a general number. This isn't a precise number. Your number as a market expert, and having been in their home. So you may want to speak to that. Remember, this tool hasn't been in your home and doesn't know what wonderful things you may or may not have done. But as your local expert, I can give you a more accurate number and a free CMA. Offer a free CMA. That's also a call to action, which if you'd like a free market of analysis.
And also with that, right on the bottom, you can see on your screen under tips, it says call to action for social media. If you click on that, buy side has provided some phrasings as well that, they found can engage your friends and followers more. So if you're, struggling to think of what to say, check this out. And I mean,
I just clicked on it for you. So this is what it says. Discover your home's value. Do you know your home's value? What's your home worth? Looking to sell? We have buyers ready to sell. We have a match for you. So that was a good tip. Really good. The other thing I can share is if I go to my dashboard and I have a buyer, I'm just going to click on this buyer. if she was ready to buy and was all pre-qualified and I knew exactly what she was looking for, I can share on social media, just clicking again that button. And now this is specifically about my buyer. So I'm going to say I have a well-qualified or pre-qualified buyer looking for a 3-bedroom, 1-bath home in Phelps, New York. If you'd like to learn more about what my buyer's looking for, please click below. Why is this a good thing to share? There's 2 good, really strong reasons. There's more reasons, I'm sure, but there's 2 really strong reasons. Anybody? So if I'm somebody who's thinking about selling my home, but maybe I'm not, see, Maggie's got a well-qualified buyer who sounds like she's looking for my house. Well, maybe I want to talk to her about whether or not my house might be a good fit. So that's a listing opportunity for me. It also might be somebody says, boy, I'm looking for my buyer who's having a hard time finding a house might find it first because that person's contacting me. My house is on the market with Century 21, but I think it's what your buyer's looking for. And maybe for whatever reason, I haven't looked at their house, but they saw something in what my client was looking for that maybe I missed. So they may alert me to it, or my house is just a little outside the boundary. Would your client be interested in it? I'm here. Or I have 1 extra bedroom. Or I have a flexible space that you may not have been aware of. That could be a 3rd bedroom. So there's opportunities for my buyers to get more opportunity brought to them and for me to pick up listings from this. So that is pretty much our tools and how to use them on social media, because we're not even going to talk about Engage. Engage is its own animal. And we've talked about Engage to death, haven't we, Natalie?
Yeah, so it is 2:01. So do we have any more questions, or we can close out the session? I know you guys are all very busy.
Yep. So you got any questions? All right, guys.
Nice job, ladies.
You're
And we'll
welcome.
post this on our YouTube channel as well, if you want to go over how we did any of the things that we did.
All right. Feel free to send us emails at howardhanna.com. Mine is Margaret Knapp at Howard Hanna. Natalie is just as it appears. Have a great day, everybody. See you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Good day.
Thank